You know, after 8 years of being on the Housewives, it is funny when I go to watch What Happens Live, after all these years, our relationship has absolutely gotten closer. I think he tries to keep, arm's length with all of us because we're so many, and it's like having a million wives that drive you probably nuts. I mean, he's seen us crying, laughing, getting mad at him, getting mad at the show, the women, so he has a lot to deal with, but we're closer now these days. Preparing for the reunion is like going into a boxing ring. I always say that. It's really, literally it feels like that because we all go to our rooms separately and we're each like assigned someone, like a handler, and if there's really intense drama, actually one year there was a security guard outside of the rooms and I was like, this is getting to be a little bit crazy. And they like to keep us separate because they don't want any conversations happening off camera because they want anything you're going to talk about to be on camera. So there's like a whole thing, and then they call and you all start coming out, and then you feel like they're going to squirt water in your mouth like they do in the boxing ring. They come and they'll be like, you okay? You're doing great. Just, hang in there. So it's really, it's a whole crazy process, and it lasts we wake up at like 5:30 in the morning, get picked up really early, and I think we get home by the time we're done. We're done around 8 p.m. at night. It's a long day of sitting there talking about torture. Oh my gosh, when we're done shooting, you definitely feel that like, ugh, I just can't, no. We don't see each other as much, but we'll talk, we'll text, Lisa and I will get together. So funny, last week I was flying back to LA from New York and Dorit was on the plane and we're like, So we have our moments, but we still enjoy spending time together. I started hearing the word Bravo-lebrity. I'm like, what is that? Why are people saying that? There's obviously downside to being in the public eye anytime, no matter what you do. I think the Housewives fan base is very intense. It's like sports or something. They're not messing around, the Housewives fans. So you get the people that just like love you, and then the people that just, are mean and they say the craziest things. So of course that's the downside, and it's, not a scripted show, it's your real life. So, when people say things mean or you're being judged for an argument or something that happened, it can be very hurtful, but it comes with the territory. I didn't know that when I signed up to do the show, by the way. I was like, what is this reality television? My niece Paris was on The Simple Life, but I had never done reality television. I came from, the scripted world, acting. So I was just like completely clueless. So it was a bit of a shock first. Well, when I first signed up to do the Housewives, I thought, okay, I'm gonna do this little show for, 2 months and that's it. Well, 2 months and it really being like shooting for 4 or 5 months. And then you realize it's actually a year-round job because when you're not shooting, you're doing still interviews and then there's the reunion, then you're doing press. So it takes up a lot of your time. But because it is reality, it follows my life and what I'm doing. So they're covering the other projects that I'm working on. I'm producing American Woman that airs June 7th on the Paramount Network. And I have 2 other TV shows in development. One's called The Corridor, one's called Glass Houses. So it's fun because they get to follow me, through all my ventures, my clothing stores and whatever I'm doing. So it's nice. It's a lot. I have 4 kids, a husband, 5 dogs. Make sure I said the husband before the dogs, you notice. Well, a scripted series, you're given a script, you work on it, you want to remember your lines, do the best acting job possible, and then go home at the end of the day, and it's done. Reality television is a whole other ballgame. You've got people in your homes with cameras, following around, everything you do, fighting with these people, getting into arguments, things that you wouldn't be judged on in, your everyday life. All of a sudden, you've got millions of viewers, putting in their 2 cents about what you said or how you handled something, and it was just shocking. You don't leave it, there's no leaving it behind at the end of the day, so that's hard.